All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome again. I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and this is my top 10 list of my favorite 10th Doctor episodes. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat, this is going to be a bit of a controversial top 10 videos list because I'm a weird one when it comes to the 10th Doctor era. I mean, my favorite episodes from his era are usually episodes people don't like. But I do. I love them. And some of the episodes that everyone likes, I'm not that crazy about, or I watched it a couple times. I'm like, I don't really care to go back and watch it again. It's not terrible, but I just don't have the interest to go watch it again. Um, Also, I think because I base my love of a Doctor Who episode based on not just the quality of the episode, and sometimes not even the quality of the episode, it's how the Doctor helps in that episode. Does he really help everyone, or is he one of the driving forces to how the problem gets solved? um or like how him and the companion work together. I think because I base it on that, I kind of am looking for different things in the episodes than sometimes what other people were looking at. I look at a different perspective. It's not right, it's not wrong. People who disagree with my list are not wrong either. Like, if you disagree with everything on my list, I totally understand. It's a very some of my choices are, I think, are pretty, like, common, beloved episodes, but some of them, they're just hated. I admit that. I admit that. I do. But now, without further ado, here's going to be the top three honorable mentions. They did not get on the list, but they are still very good. I kind of pride myself on the fact that, well, sorry, that I think there's three honorable mentions from all three of his seasons. First honorable mention goes to The Girl in the Fireplace. I know some people love that episode, some would think it's very overrated. I enjoy it. I do. Personally, I do. Then from series 3, Utopia. Now, I do love Utopia, Sound of the Drums, and Last of the Time Lords, but um, I like Utopia the most, and I like the majority of Last of the Time Lords. I just don't like that bit where the Doctor, it's like it turned out he just turned into a large marshmallow Jesus kind of thing, and then just said, "I forgive you" to the Master, who just wiped out 1/10 of the Earth's population, and then after he tortured his companion's family for a year, and then after he pretty much was willing to and almost did kill, the Doctor's companion, the Doctor said, "I forgive you." You know what? I know plenty of doctors who would have kicked the master's butt if they did that to their companions, but 10, okay, whatever. Um, and then series 4, my honorable mention goes to Planet of the Ood. I do very much like Planet of the Ood. It just did not make the list. Okay, so for my top 10, oh crap, my cat is sitting on my DVDs. I can't pull them up. Hold on. I love you, but really, I do love you. Okay, so for my number 10 pick, I think a lot of people do like this story. From series 2, we have The Impossible Planet, Satan's Pit. Love this story. It's epic. It's like, whoa, that was incredible. But it is inspired by classic Who episodes. And then everyone knows at this point it's inspired by the Damons from the Third Doctor's era. But I think it might also be inspired by the Three Doctors, which is a story also from the Third Doctor's era. Because this has a black hole in it. It's got a very omnipotent being, who is, like, attached to this black hole. That reminds me of, like, when Omega was inside the black hole. And so I feel like this is an amalgamation, the Impossible Planet and the Satan's Pit. It's a redo, an amalgamation of the Daemons and the Three Doctors. That's just my theory. Now, mind you, there is nothing wrong with that. I have no problem when new Who episodes are inspired by classic Who. It's just simply that they're not going to be as high on the list as episodes that I feel like really did something different and try to be, a different, unique idea. Again, nothing wrong. I don't judge them for being inspired by classic Who episodes. I love it when they are. I do. Making it very clear. Love it when they are. So, now for number 9. Please, oh dear. Um, don't kill me for this not being higher on the list. I love this story. Guys, I make it very clear. I really do. Oh, love this story. I mean, I make it very clear. I really do. The number 9, we have Midnight from series for. Again, I love Midnight, but like the Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit, I think this might be inspired. There's no confirmation about this. It's my own theory. It reminds me of the first Doctor's story, his very third story, The Edge of Destruction. Because okay, think of those two stories. You're both sets of characters. It's different characters. This one with the midnight, it's people on a tourist bus going to midnight, and the doctor's on there. And with the Edge of Destruction, it's the people inside the TARDIS, the companions and the doctor. But each time there's a paranoia, and they think something's on board with them, and they think it's messing with their minds, and it's affecting them. It's making them lash out at each other and doubt each other and think each other is the real person, the real monster, and then when to kick someone off of the flying vehicle. But it just changes to in midnight, it's the doctor trying to calm everyone down and keep everyone from trying to throw someone off of the vehicle. And at the destruction, it's the doctor who's trying to throw off Ian and Barbara from the TARDIS. Oh God, first Doctor, you were so cold in that episode. You were cold one. Um, but and then the difference is simply that in Midnight, it turns out that there is something. There is a monster that got aboard of this ship, this tourist ship. Whereas in Edge of Destruction, it was just the TARDIS trying to show them something was wrong. So it's the stories took different directions, but the premise, the concept is still the same. In Edge of Destruction, they thought that there was a monster on board the TARDIS. They thought something was there. It's just that Midnight embraced that there was something really there. But again, great story. But so that's not really what sets it back for me. What kind of sets Midnight back for me is the doctor, he's not the one who ultimately solves the problem. The monster was going to stay on board and continue to be a problem. It was the woman, the hostess. She was the one, the stewardess. She was the one who sacrificed herself to get rid of this monster and save the doctor and all the people. And that happens a lot for me with the 10th Doctor era, where the doctor is kind of impotent, or someone else has to come in at the last second and they have to be the one to solve the problem or to save the day and sacrifice themselves, not the doctor. And I'm okay with this happening every now and again as long as it's used not too often, but it's used a little bit too often in the 10th Doctor era. So that's really why it's lower on the list, because it's that, it's the Doctor. And oh, someone even said about Midnight, and that was amazing to me. Someone said not just Midnight, but one person said in general where they didn't put 10th Doctor in their top 5 doctors because they said he did a lot of running around, and it was his companions, or often the person in the story, a random one-off character who made him look good. They were the ones doing the most heroic things. I mean, he was being heroic, but they were the one who was a real hero. They made him look good. And another person said about Midnight, they loved Midnight. They loved it so much because it showed how without Martha, the 10th Doctor couldn't really do much on his own at all. I just don't. I would like to if someone didn't have to say that. I mean, someone could not say that, but I see why they did say that. Now, coming in at number 8. Again, please don't kill me for this being low on my list. I love this story, but also in series 4, Turn Left. Love Turn Left, love Donna, but here's the thing. That's why I love it. I love Donna. I really love Donna in this episode. Everything around Donna was cool. What holds it back for me, Turn Left, is the premise. I mean, yes, she gets a beat on her back and it influences her to turn right and not left. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But the doctor died. How did he die? Because he drowned. How did he drown? When he drowned the Rachnos children and committed genocide on the Rachnos children. The doctor, he couldn't get out in time. Which means the doctor, he pulled like an Ophelia from Hamlet, where he was so weak that he almost like practically like lets himself get drowned, where either he just is not able to like withstand the water. What I mean by that is, dude, you see the water rising, get out. Why didn't you get out? Were you so enraptured by watching the genocide you inflicted on the Rachnos children, them watching them drown. Were you so busy focused on that, or were you so in despair about what you just did that you like weren't paying attention to the water? Either way, the doctor, it's like he almost not let himself die, but it's like it feels like he was not even strong enough to protect himself against drowning from something he could have avoided. That when I think about that side of the premise, it's like, oh, I don't know how crazy I am about that idea. Again, it makes the doctor look weak to me. And that's not a bad thing, but when it happens too frequently, too much one on top of the other, it just got a little it doesn't make into my all-time favorite. Okay. Now, that was number 9. For number 8. Oh dear. Hold on one second. My cat's on the DVD again. I love you. I do. I love you so much. Okay, for number 7. Oh, guys, I am so sorry. I love this episode. This is an episode everyone hates, but I love it. Why? I just do. It's 42 from series 3. I know, 42, the most hated episode ever, but I love it. It's adrenaline pumping, it's action packed, and it's the doctor and companion Martha and Ten. They're both heroes. I mean, they both really did their best in this situation. And, the doctor saves Martha. She turns around and saves the doctor. I see her concern for him, his concern for her. That's what I love. And also, in this one, had no romantic tension, really. Barely at all. They were just doctor and companion doing a mission and trying to help and solve this problem. I like that. I liked it. And people say, oh, we're not connected to the crew. We barely get to know them. They're crashing. We're not really supposed to really get to know them on epic scales. We're supposed to be like, the immediacy of the situation. I don't think we're supposed to be connected to them. But overall, I enjoy and I have a lot of fun watching this story. I know, I'm weird, guys. I'm sorry. I just am. All right. Now, I believe my number. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I put it. You're going to be mad. Put this low on the list again. But I love this episode. I do. It's Blink, number 6. I know, number 6. How dare it not be number 1? Number 6, I love it. It's perfect. But it's very Doctor Light. That's all the problem is. It's a good gimmick. It's a good one-time offer. But I'm not going to favor a story where the Doctor is not in it very often. Excellent story, though. Great, excellent story. I cannot stress enough. Now, for number 5, The Fires of Pompeii from Series 4. I love this story. I have a fun time with it. I really do. I enjoy it a great deal. Awesome. I'm not going to say any more about that. This thing is awesome. I think you guys, overall, enough people love this story, so I think I'm safe from your wrath. And here comes this is when it gets really complicated. This is where you guys are gonna be like, are you serious? I think these next 3 entries, I think this is like on no one's top 10 list at all about anything. But guys, I freaking love Smith and Jones. I love it so much. I have so much fun watching it. From series 3. I never get tired of watching it. I enjoy it a great deal. I don't know why people hate this episode or am not crazy about it. I have a great fun time watching it. And now for number 3. Right after Smith and Jones, Shakespeare Code. Again, I have a fun time watching this episode. I have so much fun. And then number 2, right after that episode, Gritlock. Yep, Smith and Jones, Shakespeare Code, and Gritlock. Those are 3 episodes I watch so often. I have fun watching those episodes. I enjoy myself, but also I see the Doctor and companion both being heroes together. Mostly it's Martha who's the hero. It's awesome. Yeah, she really is, like, especially for the first 2, Smith and Jones, the Doctor, literally. If it weren't for Martha, he would not have solved anything. Even when he does give the blood to the plasmavore and sacrifices himself, it doesn't stop the fact that Martha was the one who identified her from the very beginning. Then she was the one who scanned her to show that she was a plasmavore. And then after she gets killed, the Jadoon were going to let the hospital blow up. Not blow up, I'm sorry. They all die of suffocation. But then she did something to have the whole planet, half of the Earth, be destroyed. If Martha did not give her dying breath to the doctor and tell her what happened about the scanner, the half the earth would have been destroyed. Martha was the hero. Again, Shakespeare code. It was Martha who told the doctor Expelliarmus, and Shakespeare said Expelliarmus. And Martha again saved the doctor in that episode too. She was a hero. And Gridlock, the hero's is Martha looked after herself and those two, that couple. The doctor going through all the cars. That was awesome. Including that, you have the face of Bo. That's the real hero. I mean, it's just, I think those three stories are just very underrated. I know people hate them or they're like, people never like those stories. I just do. I think they're great. And now for my number one pick. I think enough people like this story. I really think they do. So I don't think I'm strange for putting this on my number one. Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead. This story gets better and better every time I watch it from start to finish. I love the entire thing. Doctor, Donna, River, everything. Great story. Don't gotta tell you why. It was excellent. Again, the doctor and the companions and River. This River's ultimate hero here. But they all come together and they do all help and they do all solve the problem. Again, joint team effort. I love stuff like that. That's why I have different preferences than other people because I just love it when the companions are awesome, but the doctor is awesome too. Not when I mean, again, I like sometimes when the companion is more awesome than a doctor. There are times I definitely love it, but my favorites oftentimes will be when the doctor and companion are both equal heroes. Sometimes I like when the doctor is more the hero or when the companion's more the hero, but when they're both the hero together, I love when that happens. So I have a very strange list, I know. Things you would not see on a top 10 factor list is on mine. But I just do like them. And guys, thank you so much. I hope you had a fun time with this list. What is your favorite top 10th Doctor stories? I know a lot of you guys love the 10th Doctor. Or what's the very first 10th Doctor story you ever, watched? Was he your first or second Doctor you ever saw? Ironically, he was the last Doctor I saw from New Who. I saw 11, then 12, then 9, then 10. He was my last one. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And once again, this is the Philadelphia Whovian. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and have a phenomenal day tomorrow.